Music motivation. Hopefully, all of the technology is working. Okay, it seems like it's going. I had a weird issue just a second ago. I've been having all kinds of fun technological stuff lately. But this is going to be a very different Monday music motivation than what we've been doing. This one's going to be sort of a recap of my year. Last week, we talked about taking breaks. I'm taking sort of the next 2 weeks more or less off from clarinet. I'll still be teaching lessons and I'll probably practice a couple times even. But I'm not doing anything super serious. I'm focusing on getting ready for the holidays. I'm also focusing on true rhythm mastery that I'm editing and trying to finish up. So there's all kinds of fun other stuff to be doing at this time of year. And it's okay to sort of take a little break from clarinet and then come back fresh on January 2nd. And last week's Monday Music Motivation talked a lot about that. This week, I want to recap what I've gone through this year and some things that happened this year and sort of have a hopefully more or less concise place for you to see all of the stuff that Quick Start's done this year and sort of maybe you missed one of these things, or maybe you just weren't aware of one of these things. So I want to make sure that everybody knows everything that I put together this year to help you achieve more in your clarinet journey. So starting off, going back to the start of the year in January, there were some really fun things that happened in January. Most notably, I made some sample pages for the next generation clarinet method. So you can go to, there will be lots of links in the description for all of this stuff. This is in my link tree, which is something that I also made this year. I think sometime in the spring, I can't remember exactly when. But now there's a link tree. If you go to quickstartclarinet.com/links, you can see all of the sort of most useful stuff. I'm updating that pretty regularly as I add new stuff or sort of phase some stuff out. So that's something exciting that happened in January were sample pages for the next generation clarinet method, which you can get at quickstartclarinet.com/links. You'll be able to find a button there to get the sample pages. The next month, February, was a little bit calm for me, and most of the spring was more focused on performing side of things, which was great and tons of fun. I did a residency at the University of Florida with my reed quintet, the Dockley Reed Quintet. That was a ton of fun. I did a quick little, not quite residency, but some master classes and a little bit of performing at Kutztown University in May, I believe that was. Ton of fun also. If it was really fulfilling to sort of go to these universities and be a teacher. I also, with the Nebula Ensemble, I believe in April, did a little bit of a master class and performance at Regis University as well. So if anybody's watching this and has any university connections and would like to have me present in any capacity or perform, that's been super fun doing those. I'm definitely hoping to get some more experience of that in 2023. So that was my spring, was lots of performing, lots of teaching at different places. Not so much stuff going on with Quick Start, but there was some good stuff too. And the next thing in June was one of those exciting Quick Start months for me where I did the Fixing Your Clarinet Problems live training. You can still find that on my YouTube channel. There's a link to the YouTube channel in the description here as well. Or you can just go to YouTube and search like Quick Start Clarinet, Fixing Your Clarinet Problems or something like that. That was a ton of fun. I sort of went through the most common problems on clarinet or the most common opportunities for improvement and also did lots of Q&A of sort of anybody's issues. We went through and fixed them. And the YouTube replay is very detailed timestamps for like every single question that came up. So if you're having any problems, that's an awesome resource to know about. Then July and August were a little bit more calm. I had a concert in July that I was performing in. And then I think September was the next big thing, which was my next free training. This was the anxiety-free performance live training. I think this one was one of my best to date. This one you can also find on YouTube. This one did a great job of sort of capturing that experience of frustrating practice and sort of teaching you how to overcome that and how I've overcome that in my playing to go from a really frustrated high schooler practicing to a professional that enjoys practicing and enjoys improving. And I think I've sort of solidified over this year, especially, that one of my biggest goals is to make practicing as fulfilling for you as it is for me. I actually really enjoy practicing now, and something about like getting the clarinet out and making improvements is one of the most fulfilling and fun things to me. I don't need to be perfect. That's not the goal anymore. I just want to be improving and exploring the instrument and finding new things. And I think when you can start to get into that mindset, practicing becomes so much more enjoyable. And also, when you have some organization and some systems in place, that really helps too. The other thing that happened in September, right at that anxiety free performance through simple practice, was the whole title of that. Around that training is I added implementation emails to the next generation clarinet method. This is one of the coolest things I think that I've added to the program, and there's lots of cool things in the program. But what these implementation emails are sort of like this Monday music motivation, where we get in there and I give you some sort of inspiration and some motivation and then some action and accountability to actually put the next generation clarinet method into practice. I think this is really helpful because I truly and strongly believe, yes, I'm biased, but I truly and strongly believe that the next generation clarinet method is the best resource out there for self-guided learning. Yeah, maybe you'll get a better with a teacher, because having that one-on-one teacher interaction is super valuable, and that feedback. Yes, there's some other stuff for like group learning that's super valuable. One of them is Michelle Anderson's Clarinet Transformation Community, which is going to be opening for enrollment in January. I don't know if she's officially announced that. I might be giving out spoilers, but it will be open for enrollment again in January. And I've been teaching as part of that, and I love that program too. That's a great way to come together for sort of group coaching and master classes. Again, not self-guided, because you have those master classes and you have your colleagues that you're working with. But I think the next generation clarinet method is the absolute best for self-guided. The problem with self-guided things is you have to keep up that motivation yourself. And that's why I was so excited about the implementation emails, because it gets me in your inbox and putting it into practice. Another cool thing about the implementation emails that I did just last week, I sort of got to 12 weeks of emails there, and I sort of archived them into the actual members area. So even if you missed out on getting the emails live, they're still in there. And there's a system for you to actually set it up where each week you go through one of those emails, and there's like a 30-page PDF of all of these emails to dig into and sort of work out that motivation for yourself as well. And I'm planning on having more coming, not every week anymore, because I think we've laid the foundation, but I'm still going to be popping into next gen owners inboxes every now and then with some motivation and inspiration and reminders to get back into it and get the most out of the program, because there's so much in there for you to take advantage of. Let's see, what was next after that then? Lots of fun stuff at the end of this year. So the first big one was I launched the Clarinet, Quick Start Clarinet Dennersons program. You might be thinking, what the heck is a Dennerson? It's a really nerdy name, but it comes from Johann Christoph Denner, who was credited for the invention of the clarinet because he added the register key for it, which got into the Clarion register. And a play on words between his name Denner and the sort of like citizen or denizen, like an inhabitant of a place. But basically, the Quick Start Clarinet Dennersons are the sort of inner circle family. It's also sort of like similar to a Patreon or something like that, where by subscribing monthly, you get some behind the scenes access, some exclusive trainings, and some things like that that are really valuable. You can go to quickstartclarinet.com/supporter. That link's also in the description, to learn all about the Dennerson program and all of the awesome rewards that are in there for actually super, super affordable monthly support for the free content, and also to get access to these crazy good rewards. So that was that in October. I think that was towards the end of October, beginning of November. Then this first week in December, just a couple weeks ago, but it already feels like it's been a minute. I did a live filming event of my newest course that's going to be coming out in January, True Rhythm Mastery. I don't think I've announced yet when I'm going to be done with that. I was thinking maybe late January, maybe early February, but I will officially be done with it by the end of this month because I'm going to work really hard on that the next couple of weeks. That's why I'm part of why I'm not going to be practicing so much. But I'm going to be really digging into True Rhythm Mastery and have that done sometime more in early January, definitely by the end of January for sure. So that live filming event was really awesome. I invited people to join and be there live while I filmed the whole course. So you basically get the whole course for free just by watching that. But the benefit to me from that was people were able to ask questions as I was filming the course. So I was able to actually sort of integrate those questions and integrate the answers to those questions to make the course even better. So people who were there and asking great questions made the course actually better and more relevant to everybody's experience, which I'm very excited about. I started editing that course last week and rewatching it. I think it's going to be really, really good for improving your rhythm. So that was very exciting. And I think that's just about it. A couple other fun things on the YouTube side of things that are worth reviewing is towards the beginning of this year, might have been in February or March or so, I started doing a playthrough of the Next Generation Clarinet method live on Mondays, just like this Monday Music Motivation. If you've been around with the channel for a long time, you may remember the live weekly warm-ups. And of course, you can still watch all the live weekly warm-ups in the playlist for that on the YouTube channel. I replaced those throughout this year with playing through the Next Generation Clarinet method, the mastery timeline, which is sort of the intermediate level timeline, all about mastering the fundamentals. That was really interesting for me as a obviously very advanced player and the person who wrote the book. I love the program and think it's great, but I wasn't actually prepared for how beneficial it would be for me. I thought since I wrote it, I knew everything in there. Since I am an advanced player, the intermediate level timeline would probably be like really easy for me. But it actually proved to myself even that the stuff in the Next Generation Clarinet method is extremely valuable for really any level of player. And no matter how good you get, those fundamentals and getting that sort of warm up type stuff really down is completely invaluable. There were even some of the like very beginner, like how to play clarinet exercises that when I did it, actually drastically improved my clarinet playing. So it just goes to show that no matter what level you're at, you can get value out of that program. And it was really enlightening to me. And again, there's a playlist on the YouTube channel if you want to check out some of how it actually looks to implement the Next Generation Clarinet method, which I think was a lot of fun. And then that takes us to the Monday Music Motivation, which is what I started doing after that. I think I did the live weekly warm up for I think like 2 years. So that's a warm up every single week for 2 years. I felt like I think we know how to warm up now. I think there's enough warm up content there. Going through the timeline was awesome. I didn't want to do like just go through the other timelines and give away all of the material in the book. Though it's obviously easier to go through it if you can look at the music and aren't just learning everything by ear. But I also think people got a feel for it by going through that one. So I didn't think that would be super valuable anyways. And that's what led me to this Monday Music Motivation. I guess a bit in my personal life, I've been really getting into the sort of personal development and mindset things. I've always been into that kind of stuff, but especially this year was a good one to sort of get the mindset and get the motivation and get the organization going for myself personally. And it feels good to be sort of sharing that now. And that's where this Monday Music Motivation came about. Because if you do the work and if you put in consistent effort, things will pay off. And I think that was maybe a big lesson for me this year overall was about persistence and about just continuing to put in the work. I'm going to, in 2023, I'm just going to keep giving value and trying to do everything I can to make your clarinet and music journey as enjoyable as possible. So I think the Monday Music Motivation sort of takes that to the clarinet playing too, where it's all about you have this framework, you're taking action every week and reaching those little goals and checking it off. So that's the big things for me. One last little fun thing to know about. I was just looking at the analytics for the YouTube channel a year ago, or actually right now, we're at 3,555 subscribers or so. A year ago, we were at about half that, and we've gained 1,862 new subscribers in the last 365 days. So the channel's basically doubled in the past year, which is incredible and amazing. We'll see if we double again in 2023. That'd be awesome. I'm going to keep uploading every week to YouTube with good music and clarinet tips. I'm going to keep going live every Monday with Monday music motivation for you and filling out our template and putting in the work. I won't be live next Monday because I'm taking that week fully off from the YouTube things. I also, this Saturday on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, there won't be a new regular video, but we're going to be coming back strong with a Monday music motivation on January 2nd. That's going to be about New Year's resolutions and setting yourself up for success in 2023 on the clarinet. And then the Saturday after that, there will be a new video as well, ready to go with the sort of regular content. So last, for the sort of year in review, this has been an incredible year for Quick Start Clarinet. It's been tons of fun getting to serve all of you and give you all of this clarinet knowledge that I've spent years and years gaining for myself. And I just love being able to share that with you and hopefully make some people's clarinet journeys easier. And if you've been following this along with this for all this time, truly thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to a great 2023, and check all those links in the descriptions so that you can get access to all the great materials that I put together for you this year. I'm looking forward to doing more next year, starting actually with True Rhythm Mastery in January, which is going to be unbelievable. Super excited for that. So have a very happy holidays to everybody. Have a happy new year. And I will see you on January 2nd for the next Monday Music Motivation to get your 2023 started off right. Have a good day, good rest of your year, and I'll see you.